The Street Fighter. Jim, what did you think of it?
It is a fun, action-packed, gory bloodbath of a movie that surprises you with how gory it is. I think it's great. I was genuinely on the edge of my seat for most of it. I really wanted to know how it ended. Yeah, all the fighting in it was really impressive. My favorite fight scene was probably Terry and Kendo at the dojo.
Oh, Masaoka, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Everything was just so interesting to watch. And again, like, being so violent, I don't want to say it made it more enjoyable, but it did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was more weight behind everything.
Yes, because this, I think if you look at it, especially because we haven't seen a truly great martial arts film yet on this podcast in terms of, you know, Game of Death. There's some great martial arts sequences, but it's this weird Bruce Lee is dead and we're capitalizing off of him kind of movie.
Yeah.
And then Dolomite obviously is some of the worst martial arts ever captured on film. And then John Wick, it's like there's martial arts, but it's more about the gunplay. This movie, I think there's an argument to be made. I don't think it's a great martial arts film. I don't think the actual martial arts, the choreography, I don't think is that great. It's good enough. Mm-hmm. And I think it makes up for maybe its deficiencies in that department with the horrific violence. It becomes this like ultra violent, like Lucio Fulci, if Lucio Fulci directed a martial arts movie thing, and I love that. I haven't seen a movie like this. Because the Bruce Lee movies, those are PG movies. There's a little bit of blood, but like the most violent thing that happens there is Chuck Norris gets some of his chest hair ripped off. Like those aren't really violent. Yeah, well, and I'm sure The Raid is more violent than those, but it's still not this.
Yeah, I mean, with a martial arts movie, you expect the movie to be about the martial arts. This movie's about the outcome of the martial arts. This movie's about the gore. You know, this movie's about how badly people can be beaten up, you know? Like, and again, I just think of that guy spitting his teeth out in like a river of blood coming out of his mouth. Like, it's just it's so brutal, but it's just so fun to watch, you know? I don't want to sound like a serial killer, like, oh, I love blood and people spitting teeth out. But yeah, I just thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
It's, again, this movie was kind of what I was expecting it to be in what I knew about this movie, and yet I don't have a problem with that. It was everything I wanted it to be and kind of more. Like, it was very entertaining. I thought the scene when he snuck onto the ship was incredible. It just kept going because he takes out like 3 or 4 people and like, okay, this is an exciting action scene if it ends here. But no, then it's a couple dozen more people and it just goes on for so long. And it's like this. It's like you're watching The Terminator, and that's really what it felt like. And that's what Terry is, and that's really fun to see.
It's you have a guy motivated by. Well, actually, I guess at this point,
he's not really motivated. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's part of the magic of it, and we'll get to that.
He's just
when
a guy
I talk
that can't
about,
be stopped.
Yeah,